All right, the Florida quarterback situation is definitely a topic being discussed at length this week. If you're a Florida Gator fan or just a college football SEC fan in general, DJ Lagway coming off a huge game versus Samford last week. Graham Mertz was hurt, and then Graham Mertz, of course, being their returning starter from last year. But they got an A&M defense coming to town who's a pretty damn good defense, who's going to show a few different things, and they're going to do a good job disguising one thing pre-snap and doing something totally different post-snap, which we're going to look at some film here in a few minutes, right? So as of the recording of this video, unless I'm wrong, there hasn't been named a starter for Florida yet. Napier has come out and said they intend to play both. I don't know if he leaned saying March was going to be the guy, maybe so, but they intend to play both, and he said they both pose, a different threat or something along those lines against a defense. So let's talk about the A&M defense. What does A&M defense, what are they going to try to potentially do? What have they done the past two games? Or we're just going to talk about the Notre Dame game just because they had McNeese last week and they didn't show a ton, right? But the A&M defense against Notre Dame, it was clear. They weren't going to let any big plays happen, at least in the air. Now, Notre Dame was able to bust some runs, so maybe that bodes well for Florida, but they weren't going to let any big plays happen in the air. Riley Leonard, the Notre Dame quarterback, had 18 completions. Of those 18 completions, only 5 were thrown in the air 10 yards or more downfield with, I believe, 0, 20 yards or more, right? So only 5 had like that intermediate type range. Of the 18 completions, 7 of those completions were behind the line of scrimmage. So maybe that fits well with Mertz. I don't know. Maybe you want to dink and dunk. Can you dink and dunk and win this game? I don't know. But if Weigman starts getting hot, if Weigman finds his footing a little bit, you may need to have a vertical passing attack, right? Also, Leonard did a good job avoiding pressure against A&M's defense. A&M tried to bring pressure. They did get some pressure on him. They blitzed 37% of the time, so they blitzed enough where the offense had to be aware of it. Regardless who starts for Florida or what quarterbacks are getting more reps, I would imagine some strategic blitzes for A&M, showing one thing pre-snap, doing something else totally different post-snap, which we're going to see on these film clips that we're going to watch here in a second, right? So I think A&M probably can and will do everything they can to take away the run and have the quarterback beat them. If it's Mertz, are you just taking checkdowns? Are you playing within the offense? Can you just drive down the field, right? Maybe so. If it's Lagway, can you take the top off the defense? Are you going to threaten them differently? They're creeping up. They may try to give you some weird looks. So what do? Maybe can you get a little bootleg and chunk it downfield and scare them with your arm? Maybe so, right? Again, not entirely sure which way they're going. Florida is going, right? But now that we've talked briefly about A&M's defense, and we're going to look at the film. If you're a Florida fan, who do you want at quarterback? Do you want Mertz, who may fit against this A&M defense nicely as it relates to taking care of the ball and taking what the defense gives you? But is that enough to win? Can you have drive after drive after drive, or you're just dinking and dunking, taking your throws downfield? Maybe so. Or do you go with Lagway, who maybe doesn't have the experience and maybe hasn't seen as much defensive coverage as Mertz, but maybe he has a higher ceiling. Maybe he's able to push the ball downfield, have a vertical threat, open up the offensive passing game a bit more, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below who you want at quarterback. Again, I don't know as of now. Napier said who is clearly going to start. Now, he did say they intend to play both, right? So again, if you have Mertz, A&M is going to try to keep everything in front. Can you keep up with A&M's offense if Weigman starts gaining his footing, if Weigman starts getting some confidence, if he starts following the Cam Ward script and they have 3 touchdowns in the first half? Can you score enough with the style that Mertz plays? I don't know. Maybe not, right? If you have Lagway, do you have the threat of maybe more potential mistakes because he hasn't seen as many defenses or hasn't seen as many coverage, but you might be able to light up the scoreboard. You might be able to keep up if A&M's offense is scoring, right? And the ability to take out the defense or take the top off the defense is there. So even with Lagway at quarterback, that defense could play the quarterback position of Florida totally different, right? So if you have Mertz in compared to if you have Lagway in, I think you may see 2 different types of defenses, but at the same time, they're going to try to disguise what they're doing pre-snap to post-snap, right? So again, if Lagway's in, maybe that keeps the A&M defense from creeping up. Maybe you can get the run game going a bit easier because the threat of Lagway's arm. If Mertz is in, maybe that defense creeps up. Maybe it's harder to get the run game going, but you're able to take these dink and dunk passes, right? Again, don't know who they're going to go with, just posing some scenarios. But Florida fans, you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And we did put out a film breakdown of Lagway and him starting. I think I wouldn't be. I don't know what Napier's going to do. I'm not going to try to be a coach or get involved with that situation. But Florida fans, y'all let me know who y'all want to start. I think I know who the answer is gonna be. But okay, with that said, let's go ahead and look at A&M's defense. There's 3 clips we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch the ability of A&M's defense to just keep everything in front. We're going to watch Leonard's ability to escape the defense. Again, A&M's defense is fast, physical, athletic. And then we're going to watch Leonard has a really nice throw, which I think to beat A&M's defense, you may have to make these tough throws if you're pushing the ball downfield. It's one of Leonard's best throws of the game. It's a deep out. So we're going to watch, again, what A&M's defense wants to do and a few success plays against A&M's defense. And then you let me know in the comments below, who do you think matches up best against A&M's defense. And as always, this is your first time tuning in. We're just a big SEC quarterback hub. Talk all things SEC quarterbacks, from film breakdowns to game previews like this. So like, share, subscribe if that's your cup of tea. Let's go ahead and look at the film. So here we got A&M's defense showing something pre-snap. We're going to see a little bit different post-snap. It looks like maybe they're bringing 6. But this is a good job of A&M's defense keeping everything in front and swarming to the offensive players. Just a quick 3-yard out maybe. It's a 2nd and 9 here. Again, as always, this is broadcast footage. We do have all 22, but it just takes a while for that to come through. So we're unable to show that at the moment. So I do apologize for the have to make it go real slow and not the best quality. But it does a good job getting the point across. So it's going to be a quick out here. But notice A&M's defense doing a good job keeping everything in front. Again, it looks like they're going to bring the blitz here. And they bring 4. And so they do blitz technically. But one of the DNs takes a receiver here. This guy doesn't blitz, right? So again, they show one thing pre-snap, something else post-snap. Look, trying to keep everything in front, but still relatively tight-ish coverage, right? So we'll go here, boom. Just a quick out, and we'll give you this all day. Now, if you can complete 3 of these every down, like first down, second down, third down, you get a first down, right? So if that's the type of offense you want to go with, then maybe Mertz is the guy, right? If you can just continue to do these type of plays and take a few shots deep whenever A&M's defense creeps up, maybe Mertz is your guy. Again, I don't know, right? This next play here is going to be, let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. Again, broadcast footage, I apologize. Okay, so next play here is going to be Leonard escaping. Let me move this up here and using his legs, right? So if you think A&M's defense is going to get pressure on the quarterback, then maybe Lagway is the guy. Maybe you want the quarterback that can run around a little bit better and can maybe escape and get some big runs, throw some big plays in the run. Maybe Lagway is your guy then. So we'll go ahead and watch here. So again, this is 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and this is the very next play. And A&M is showing something else, right? Showing a little bit different. They showed one up top safety. You can kind of see if I get myself out of the way. They had one up top safety. Now they start rolling down, moving this up top safety. So switching things, and then you have just one down lineman essentially, then 2 in a rushing stance. So a little bit different than the last clip we saw. And we're going to see Leonard escape here, showing his athletic ability here. Let's go ahead and hike the ball. Again, sorry for the slow motion. And here you can see they have a quarterback spy, 2 spies actually, and they just bring 4, right? So it looked like they're going to bring 6. They got 2 spies on them, and then Leonard is very, very athletic, very fast, right? And so he's able to beat him to the side and gets a first down here, right? So if you think that Florida could play, or if you think A&M could play this way, maybe Lagway is your guy. Again, they said they intend to use both, so maybe we just keep seeing both, and depending what quarterback is in will depend how they try to attack you, right? That looked like it was targeting. All right, so here's this last play that we're going to show. It's a deep out. It's a pretty tough throw. I think you're going to have to make throws like this to beat A&M's defense. So, again, maybe you just dink and dunk. Both of these quarterbacks can make these type of throws. Obviously, the quarterback, the stronger arm is Lagway, so maybe it's a bit easier for him to make these type of throws here. So there's going to be a deep out to the bottom of the screen here. And let's see what A&M does here. So again, 2 down linemen, 2 outside pass rushers. They blitz, they drop 1 D end, they bring the middle linebacker, and they bring this DB here, right? So again, they're showing you one thing. They're trying to disguise something. So regardless who's at quarterback, they're going to try to confuse the quarterback. Ends up being a good throw. Again, I think you're going to have to make some of these nice throws outside, right, basically outside the numbers. That's a tough throw, right? One of the toughest throws for a quarterback is a deep out from the opposite hash. But again, so Florida fans, let me know who you think should be at quarterback? I think I know the answer, and I totally get it. It should be Lagway, it should be Mertz. Kind of take into consideration what the A&M defense could show, and I think they'll probably show two different things depending who's at quarterback. But regardless who's at quarterback, they're going to want to disguise what they're going to do and try to confuse the quarterback. So Florida fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think should be at quarterback? And if you haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe. We're just a big SEC quarterback hub talking all things SEC quarterbacks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.